I have in my hand now a flail of some sort. Now flails were used in agriculture for tasks like threshing, and it could well be that the first flails used in war were in fact agricultural implements that someone had just grabbed quickly. It was the only thing he had to hit someone with, and that other people then seeing this went, do you know, actually you could develop a military version of that with metal chains and big metal weights on the end. Now this one has two chains with two weights on it. I have seen examples of reconstructions of those with three or more. I'm not completely convinced of how authentic all these are, however. One thing I find very odd about this multi-chain design is it makes the thing more unwieldy and more heavy, and if you take a big swipe at someone and hit them quite hard with this, these chains are going to go taut, and they're going to stay taut all the way throughout the swing, which means that all the various flail heads are going to hit together, much like a single lump would have hit, but with a much heavier chain. So it makes it more awkward for no advantage that I can see straight away. I can see that this shape here is quite good for not interfering with others. So if you're going to have a number of spiked balls, for instance, the spikes would all be getting in each other's way, whereas these don't interfere with each other so much. And I can see that the flat sides could wrap onto an opponent and hit him quite hard. So yeah, that's a reasonable shape for the head to be. But why would you have more than one? Getting tangled up in your opponent's weapon is generally to your disadvantage. I don't know. To some degree, I'm going to admit to a mystery here. So why have this chain at all? Well, I suppose there is something intimidating about these. If some guy comes up to you with one of these and threatens you with it, it would intimidate me. I don't know, maybe you're made of sterner stuff. But you can really thwack with this. You can really belt really, really hard. I'm not going to do it because I'm in the front room. But you can wham really amazingly hard once with this. So possibly this was for softening up the target. He presents a shield or something and you batter hell out of his shield, perhaps smash his shield up, perhaps impale this in his shield and then let go of it and inconveniences his shield. Perhaps you bash him once and then draw something that's quick to draw, like a sword, and follow up before he can recover. I find it very difficult to believe that anyone went into battle armed solely with one of these. You would want something to back up. If you're on horseback, you have one big problem, which is that you don't want to hit your own horse. And if you start swinging this around all over the place, and horses move unpredictably, and your enemies certainly move very unpredictably, you could end up thwacking your very expensive horse quite hard with it. But if a horseman drew up quite next to me and I had one chance to really belt him, I might use one of these. I would definitely never try to fence with it though. It's so unwieldy. If I came up against, in a one-on-one, if I came up against a guy with a sword and I had one of these, my money would be on me actually.
On him. I meant to say on him.
Stop the press! Again! But never let it be said. Never let it be said that I don't tell you the latest stuff, because an email has just flooded into me from Phil Crawley, a HEMA practitioner whom I met at a truncheon workshop he was giving in Alnwick last year. And he writes to tell me that he has just translated an 1836 manual by Capitain de Bast, which itself references a 1736 manual by Girard. Granted, both these manuals are from long after the musket has started to dominate the field, but even so. And of a weapon he calls the threshawl, he says, it serves only to make attacks and comprises no parries. And that seems to accord with what I've been saying, which is that you don't really fence with a flail. Of the flail or flog, he says it is a baton, a foot in length, furnished with 9 or fewer gut cords or strips of plaited leather, a metre, French, in length, each terminating in a ball of lead. It is a formidable weapon, and why am I not reading this in an outrageous French accent? It is a formidable weapon. It comprises only of a single action, which is a twirling of the balls around the head. But the effect is such that one ball reaches the adversary at the same moment, or the other strike him in the same spot. Why is that better? Why not just have one ball and hit him with that? Why is 9 small balls better than one? I don't know. But anyway. And Sims, but this weapon, which is a good defense, offers no exercise of any use and is very dangerous to the user. One must be very strong at the two-ended staff before learning it, otherwise one runs the risk of killing oneself while wielding it. So there you go. Some of the hot off the press. And seems to, generally go along with what I'm saying. Yes, I know I haven't dealt with the two-handed flail yet. But come on, 3 videos on the one-handed flail. That's good, isn't it? Lindybeige!